the absolutely, totally solid David Soutter.
Good morning, conference. Steve has already said who I am. Some of you will have met me during your travels across the country. I'm UKIP's head of candidates. What a journey this has been. 7 months ago, when I first was asked to come on board and help our amazing group of people who run UKIP, we had 118 candidates for Westminster and just over 280 candidates for local government. As of yesterday, we have 602 PPCs. And I promise you, we are well on our way to that number, that magic number of 650. In respect, as Peter has already referred to, our local council candidates, we're now over 3,500 people already. And because I spend my days looking at statistics, the full figure is 9,905 in total. And who is that success down to? Well, I have to be honest, that success isn't down to me, or for that matter, the team. Oops. It's you. It's all of you. Because without you, we wouldn't have those candidates. You're the people that have made this possible. If I can take you an aside, I've come rather late to the UKIP party, I'll be honest. I've only been a member for 2 years, but I've been against our membership of the European Union for as long as I can remember. I was running a training day. Some of you, I think, probably were there. There were about 35 people in Ramsgate. And I was there quite early, and I went for a walk around Ramsgate Harbour. It's a place, I have to say, I've never been before. What a beautiful little town on the coast. It really is very pretty. I commend anybody who's not been there to go. There's a plaque on the side of one of the walls. You wouldn't really notice it because actually it's quite dirty. It's being so close to the sea, it's probably difficult to keep it clean. And it reminded me, the plaque, of 75 years ago, of the miracle of Dunkirk. Everybody knows the story. We rescued near on 400,000 sailors, but I didn't know that 136,000 of them came back through that small harbour. But the piece that stood out, Vera Lynn had obviously unveiled this particular plaque, and it was the piece that Churchill had said during the war, the very famous speech we all remember, and it said at the bottom, "We will never surrender." In the 20-odd years that UKIP has been around, that's what UKIP has prevented. We have not surrendered, and it's because of UKIP that we are still going and still fighting, and this election we are going to do really, really great things. Yeah, yeah. One of the things that stood out in my months of dealing with candidates all over the country, from the very north of Scotland to the very depths of Cornwall and absolutely to the very farthest point in Kent, it struck me that UKIP actually represents the United Kingdom. We're ordinary people. All of us have had jobs, all of us have had careers, all of us have done things. We're not manufactured. And to be honest, it's been really refreshing. And yes, it does add for more mistakes. And yes, it does add for more, can I put it very bluntly, cock-ups. It does. But it just shows we're human. It shows all of you are human, and actually, the people that you represent understand that. You're just part of Britain. It's been a real honour to have been part of that election team. And to those of you, and I'm just curious, and I do this at training sessions, so my apologies for doing it this morning. All of you who are actually standing in this election, would you do me the honour of standing up? Whether you're a parliamentary candidate or a local government candidate. Thank you. I have to say, the job I do is I think, probably, and I don't mean this the way this sounds, is one of the most difficult jobs that you could possibly have in politics. Sometimes I have to tell people things that they don't want to hear. But I have to say to you, as a group, that you have my undying respect for your ability over the last 20 years to be at that end of the platform and come back and still be at that end of the platform when really where we should be is in the middle of the platform saying thank you for electing me. We are no longer a party of the fringe. We are now one of the big four. And let's be honest, one of those isn't that big anymore. Sorry, the Liberal Democrats, they're just too easy to poke fun at. So let me leave you with these final points. And this rather reflects the job that I've been trying to do for the last few months. As a mainstream party, one of the things that we've had to learn collectively is discipline. And some of you have been to my training sessions and thinking, yeah, there he goes again, I'm sorry. But it is true. We're not a fringe party anymore. We're a prospective party of government. Sometime in the next 5 or 6 years, this conference could be filled with over 300 UKIP MPs. Just think about that. So I honestly never believe in talking too long, but I want to leave you with these thoughts, that everything we write, everything we say, for those of you, everything you tweet, every Facebook page you like, every person you befriend without actually knowing who they are, every one of you, whether you are an ordinary member and think yourself unimportant, you are not. Whether you are a candidate for a Westminster seat, you are as important as the rest of us. And it is down to you and you alone, individually and collectively, to make sure that you don't let the party down. Because one of you can make all the rest of us, the work that we do, wasted. And I'm sure none of you want to do that. And I know that is a rather serious note to end on. But I do wish you all the very, very best of luck. We have 68 days. And 68 days, I am tempted to say, to change the face of Britain. The slogan is, our campaign slogan, as you know, is Believe in Britain. But I would like to leave you this final thought. Let's get out there and win with UKIP. Thank you.